Hey, y'all. Email marketers like me like to talk about your engagement with your email list. But what does that even mean? And how do we engage people on the other side of a screen? Let's talk about some ways that you can increase engagement with your email list because engaged email subscribers eventually turn into paying customers and clients. Okay, so one of the quickest and easiest ways that you can engage users with your emails is, wait for it, use emojis in your subject lines. Now, I know you may be saying, that doesn't seem very professional. And it does depend on your brand voice and the persona that you take on as an email marketer, right? But think about your email inbox right now. It's probably a whole lot of white background with black text written on it, right? But what if somebody sends you an email with an emoji? It stands out, right? Because it has color, it's different. It's what we call a pattern interrupt. Emojis can be very powerful to catch someone's attention. Hooking their attention is step number one and your main job when you are marketing your business. So consider using emojis in your subject lines to increase engagement with your email subscribers. Number two, ask questions. One of the hardest things to do is to engage with someone who is not engaging with you. And one of the most effective ways to engage with someone is to ask questions. Imagine you go to a party. Remember those? Do people still go to parties? I don't know. But you go to a party and you walk up to some new person that you don't know and you randomly start talking at them about some obscure topic that you're fascinated with. Are they likely going to engage with you? It's going to be hard, right? The first thing that you do when you go to a party and you meet someone new is you ask them questions about themselves. So do that in your emails. Ask them for replies. And this goes for social media too, right? Ask them for their opinion. Ask them for some sort of interaction. Reply with your favorite emoji. That works really well. Go figure. Reply with who you think is going to win the big game this weekend. Whatever it is in your industry, in your neck of the woods, as we say down here in the South, that they will engage with, use that. Don't be afraid to ask questions. This one is interesting because this requires you to really know your audience well, like really well. And if you don't know your audience really well, you need to take a little while and do some really dig deep into the research to know them, because one of the things that will increase and engage your engagement, that will increase your engagement with your email list is using the words that they already have going through their heads, describing the struggles that they're having, right? So have you ever read a piece of copy? Maybe it was a headline, maybe it was a sales page, maybe it was an email where you went, oh my gosh, she just read my mind, right? Immediately, you're engaged, you feel seen, you feel recognized, you feel like, oh, validated, right? Use the words that they are thinking, and it will immediately engage them in a way that more, I hate to say it, but the more corporate, more salesy language won't. So the better you know your audience and the words that they are using to describe their pain or describe their struggle, or even to describe the result that they want. If you use those words, it can have a very powerful impact on their engagement with your email and with you as a business. Another way to increase engagement is to add graphics and video. And this works on a couple of different levels, right? So you can add a single image. You can add a gallery of images. You can add animated GIFs to emails. You can't really add a video to an email, but you can kind of fake it. And that would then require a click out to something like YouTube. But remember that we talked about pattern interrupts. A video or a graphic is a pattern interrupt in the middle of that huge wall of text. First of all, if you're using a huge wall of text, we need to talk about that in another video. But we need to use those pattern interrupts to catch their attention, to bring them back to focus on what it is we're saying. Graphics and video are a great way to do that. Number 5, ask them to reply to the email with some sort of answer, right? This does a couple of things. First of all, it encourages them to take that step, right, and reply to you and truly engage with you. It tells their email inbox provider, Gmail, Yahoo, Inbox, Outlook. It tells them, hey, Mary wants to hear from Lindley because she just replied to her. So it's more likely that their inbox provider will put your email in their inbox. And it also tells your email marketing platform that that person is interacting with your email in a pretty deep way, more so even than just clicking a link. And that will also help your deliverability, and it will help your metrics in measuring your engagement with your audience. So ask them to reply. Will a lot of people reply? Probably not, but they sure as heck won't reply if you don't ask them to. So try it, see what happens. Number 6 is use micro commitments in your call to action button. A lot of people will use a call to action. And of course, a call to action is what you want them to do, right? So you want to call them to take some sort of action. Instead of saying, watch this video or buy now, I mean, those aren't very compelling, right? But using micro commitments that they are agreeing to psychologically makes them even more engaged with you, your product, your video, your service, whatever it is that you're getting them to click through. So use phrases like, yes, I need to see this video, or Lindley, I gotta have this checklist. This applies for sales pages, emails, even social media, right? But that little micro commitment can really add up, and that's really going to come in handy down the line when it comes time to actually buy from you. Number 7 is ask them to share the email with a friend. You probably see this a lot in a lot of marketing emails. So the way that email forwards are tracked is that gives it a lot of weight in most of your marketing platforms. So ask them to share your email with a friend. Ask them to post it on social, share it on social. There are, in some email platforms, there's a way to have a share on social button where they can share your email on social as well. All of those are good indications that they are engaging with your content, right? Now, number 8, you're going to question me on this, but just listen to me. Ask them to unsubscribe. Now, I know you're like, but we're trying to engage subscribers here. If they're not interested, we don't want them on our email list, or at the very least, we don't want to be emailing them about this topic, right? So ask them to unsubscribe or ask them to opt out of certain emails if they're not interested. There are a couple of people who do this really well. Amy Porterfield, I'm a huge fan. But she does this, and she'll say, if you're not interested in learning about Marie Forleo's B School, just click here and we won't send you any more information about it, because she's an affiliate for B School. If I'm not interested in B School, I don't want to unsubscribe from all of Amy's emails. I just don't want to hear about B School. So what that lets me do is stop getting the B School emails, but stay on her list to get the rest of her emails. So give them this option. So it's not unsubscribe or nothing. It's unsubscribe from this kind of email if you're not interested. This is a really cool one. And this is number 9 on this top 10 list. Wow, that was really loud thunder. I hope my power doesn't go out. Use a clickable graphic with a link to show their mood, their engagement. I have a friend who uses the smiley face, the frowny face, or the, I guess, non-committed face to communicate the engagement or the satisfaction level of her clients. And all they have to do is you click that one little icon and it sends an email to her customer service manager telling them kind of the temperature of that audience, right? Of that subscriber. And that can be really helpful, because all of a sudden, if you're getting a lot of people who are not happy with you, this is really good information. On the flip side, if people love you, that's more interaction and more engagement that they're performing, which increases your click-through rate, which increases your engagement, which increases your deliverability, and all of that stuff. Finally, Give them something to do, give them something to click. Make sure every email has some sort of CTA, some sort of call to action. A click is a big indication of engagement. But if you don't ask them to click on something, they're not going to click on anything because they can't, right? Even if it's a follow me on Instagram, that is more than, and is better than nothing. And it could be a great thing, right? Because it could get them to another platform so that they're here seeing more and more of your content. There you go. There are 10 different ways that you can increase engagement with your email subscribers. If you like this video, comment, like, ring the bell, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.